G'day, welcome to Todd's Kitchen. Today's recipe idea comes from a good friend over in the States called Greg H. So join me today as we make a Cuban sandwich. Okay, so we're going to start off by making the marinade for the meat. So into a bowl we're going to place in 1 cup of mango juice, fresh mango juice of course, followed by 2 cups of fresh orange juice. Then to that we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of olive oil, then 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, then the juice from 1 freshly squeezed lime, then about a tablespoon of oregano, then about half a tablespoon of fresh sea salt, and about half a tablespoon of cracked pepper. And then finally the secret ingredients, 1 ounce or about 30 mils of rum. And then give it a very good mix through, just to combine all those lovely tastes. Next we're going to grab our pork. Now I've just got you can use any particular type of pork you choose, it's up to you. I'm just using pork off the shoulder, so I'm going to place that right in there. Then we're just going to cover it up. Now the secret of this is time. So we're going to give this, you want a minimum of 6 hours, but for the ultimate taste you want it to sit there for a good 24 hours. So I'm going to let this marinate for a good 24 hours in the fridge. Now into a fry pan on medium high, I'm going to whack in some olive oil. And to that I'm just going to put in our marinated pork. Now we're just going to cook this on either side for about 2 to 3 minutes. We just want to sear both sides, that's all. Okay, so once it's been seared on both sides, we're going to take it off and get started on the slow cooker. Next, into our slow cooker, I'm going to place in the marinade that we've had the meat sitting in all night. And to that, I'm going to place in our pork. Then I'm going to whack the lid on. I'm going to put this on high and let this slow cook for about, say, 4 hours. But after 2 hours, just turn the meat over, and if the liquid's getting a little low, just add some more water to it. Now if you don't have a slow cooker, just put it into the oven for a similar amount of time at about 160 degrees for 4 hours. Just make sure you turn it as well. Okay, I've had this here for about 4 hours, and look at this. Oh, look at the way that just falls apart. That just looks absolutely fantastic. It's going to be so yummy. Oh yeah. Just by putting a fork in there, just see the way it falls apart? That's perfect. Perfect. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this out, let it rest, and we're going to get started on the roll. Now preferably you want to use Cuban bread, but I can't get Cuban bread where I'm from, so just some sort of sandwich bun like this will be just fine. So we're just going to start by cutting it in the middle. Now there are many variations on what you can actually put in these things. Keep in mind, you just put whatever you like on there, to be honest. The main part was the meat. So for me, I'm just going to lightly butter this. Now you'll be thinking right now, Jesus, this is a pretty big bun. Oh yeah, it is. It's not meant for just one person. This is actually going to feed 4 people in this house tonight. Now on the bottom piece, we're going to add some Swiss cheese to this. Now on top of the cheese, we're going to add in our pork meat. Now, just look how good that breaks up. That was cooked really well. You know, once it falls apart like this, it's very good. Now on top of the pork, we're going to add some ham. Now I'm going to add some lettuce. As I said, this is up to you. Then I'm just going to put a couple of dollops of mayonnaise. And lastly, some fresh jalapenos. I'm going to put this on top and just give it a good push down. Okay, now preferably you're going to use a sandwich press. I don't have one. I'm going to use my George Foreman grill. If you don't have one, stick it on a fry pan, but make sure there's some weight on it because you want to really squeeze it and push it down. Now I'll just cut it into a half because that's all it's going to fit on there. And we're going to cut it in half again when we serve it. And just carefully push it down, just so it's nice and compacted. Now obviously this does both sides at the same time. If you don't have one of these, do it in the fry pan. You want about 3 to 4 minutes on each side. Basically, once the cheese is melted or starts to melt, it's ready. Okay, that's looking pretty good. As you can see down here, cheese is starting to melt. It's looking pretty damn good. Ooh, it's a bit hot too. So it's ready. And that is how you make a Cuban sandwich. It smells and looks delicious, that's for sure. You'll find a list of ingredients down below, along with links to my Facebook, Twitter and Google Plus page. Thank you for watching this episode of Todd's Kitchen. Please show me some love by giving me a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time for another delicious recipe.